Hey, how's it going? It's your boy Kennard Lewis. We here in the flesh. We doing it right. And I'm here today to talk about a topic that I feel many of us have experienced at some point in our lives, but haven't taken the time to understand its significance. And that's the lonely travel. Man, like a lot of us are traveling on journeys and don't have the luxury necessarily to have a huge support system or to just have somebody by their side. And that's real. Because we all have goals that we're trying to attain, and we're alone in trying to attain those goals. We're not always with somebody. We're not having somebody in our corner. And me, I have a small circle. And although I have my support system here and there, more often than not, I am alone. And that's because when you have a small circle, those people that are in your circle are busy doing their thing. And it's nothing against them. It's just a reality. Is that nobody can actually be there for you 24/7. They can't. You have to be alone. Like it's part of the journey. And that's what's so crazy about these lonely travels, is that sometimes we get invested in the support that we forget to do it by ourselves. Or sometimes we get so used to having people by our side that when we don't, we're a little out of place. And it sucks because it's nice to good job, Kanal. Like good. You know what? It's nice to hear that every single step of the way. But sometimes you just hear the silence, and it's more internal. It's more inside here. More that those self talks where you have to tell yourself that I'm here by myself. I don't have somebody with me, and although group productivity can actually be better for me, I got to do this on my own. I got to do this for me. And I've been noticing that too on my journey for my health. I know I haven't appeared to be the heavy overweight guy, but I've put on pounds. I've gotten bigger than when I was last year, due to the surgeries, due to the bike accident, and it slowed me down a little bit. And what I'm noticing is that as I'm trying to work out more, is that I have to be accountable. Again, like we've said, but it's hard because I'm going to the gym by myself. I'm doing this journey by myself. And it's not like I can't do it by myself, but it's nice. You know what I mean? It's nice to have somebody there with you, lifting with you. There with you, let's switch it up a little bit. And sometimes it may not even be working out for some people. It could just be, playing sports or doing poetry, reading the work together, or going to clubs. Like again, is being by yourself is necessarily sometimes it can get discouraging, but the one thing that's worse than doing a lonely travel is having the loneliness affect you from traveling. You have to be comfortable with yourself. You have to understand that at the end of the day, no matter whether you're at school or at work or in your house or you're going through things, the one person that's constant is you. And although sometimes people may not hear the tears, they may not see the pain because you're by yourself. You have to understand that it's not over. It's not the end of the world. And you're pushing and you're fighting. And you gotta understand that sometimes you gotta be yourself. And you gotta be yourself alone. And although you're gonna hear the silence, although you may not have everybody by your side, you have to understand why you're doing it, why you're traveling in the first place. I went to Cancun by myself for 8 days. I've been to the movies by myself. You know, I've eaten at establishments by myself. You know, being by yourself is not such a bad thing. Sometimes you have to be isolated. Sometimes you have to be in the dirt by yourself, growing and healing without the distractions, without the outside voices, whether they're good or bad. Sometimes you have to be that voice that pushes you forward. Because a lonely travel is still a travel. You're still moving. You're still growing. And that's all that should really matter. Thank you. Don't give up because you're by yourself. Keep on pushing. The support, the audience, they will all come in the future. I guarantee it. Thank you, and I'll see you next week.